We back again. As of late, every single time I go live, I get like booted out again. Like the app crashes for a second. I'm sorry. I have to tell you this though. You don't even know this. Blessings unto you, friend. Thank you for being here, for spending a moment with me. The app again. I think we're live again. Again. I'm struggling. I'm struggling a little. All right. Seventh time the charm. I'm gonna stare down the barrel of the lens for a hot second. Don't you dare. Don't you dare go away. Okay. I think you're staying this time. Love is true. Today's stream topic is about love is true. About all the ways in which love is true. You know, it is one of those things that we do need some reminders of sometimes. And I have been thoroughly reminded this weekend past. I feel like I'm super grateful to have gone through the experience that I did, to have met the people I have, to have been supported in the way I got supported. When you think about these festivals, there's a bunch of moments that kind of like stick out to you. I'm thinking about a moment that sticked out right at the start of the ceremony, having some conversations with people about what's coming up for me. People coming and sitting down with me and having chats at the art gallery, connecting a little bit there, telling them about my work. Thinking about the moments I had sitting down with Valdu at the Spirit Stage. A guy named Aquila, taking liberties and being curious enough to inquire about the thing, the Diamondbath that I was holding, right? Because like I'm pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Pretty open with my body language, right? I move in a way that's, at least in my belief system, non-ashamed. Yeah, I like that as a way of describing it. So in this non-ashamed moving, right? I'll literally, I put in my earplugs. If it's too loud, well, let me just give you the full context. I'll put in my earplugs and then go and sit right in front of the subwoofers, right, while I'm hitting my dynamic. Right, so it was pretty public of me vaping this little thing, and I share it with people, and the people that are curious enough to ask me about it, I tell them about it as well. And then Aquila, sees a friend bringing another friend, right, to show him this little thing, and he also, asks me some questions. And again, I tell him about what's going on with me. And if I can tell you what's going on with me, love is true, right? I have been thinking about love nonstop, literally nonstop, and it's been this appreciation of getting to share this enthusiasm, this stuff, this excitement with other people. Wanting to be celebrated, wanting to celebrate the love that is true in that way, and seeing how different people receive that celebration differently as well. It's been very enlightening in that way. And then, I have a conversation with him, and he tells me about being a gay man in South Africa. And I try and sympathize with him, and, like feel into his heart, because he's been single his whole life. He's like a 20-something-year-old, a 20-year-old? I think he was a 20-year-old. So he's still very young, right? He still has a lot of time ahead of him. But, just talking about how hard it is in South Africa to find a person like that you would be compatible with. And there was a relating to it being his sexual orientation, but there was also a relating to just the difficulties that there is in finding someone that you want to spend time with, like. finding someone that you would like to spend time like that with, right? And yeah, uh, having moments like these, right? Because you'll, through a weekend like this, going to a festival, you'll be you'll be given many opportunities to find truth of love. But you'll also notice that there is a certain, I want to almost use the word half-life, to the explosiveness of an experience, where it might be in passing that you might want to connect with a person just to say hi, and then you maybe have a conversation, and then you feel like there's like a, okay, we'll say goodbye now, right? And then you move on to your next experience. And it's interesting to me to see how, in my relationships in my life, love has been true for, I want to say all of them. 99.9% of them, basically, right? Love has been true for my experiences. But they haven't been as, I want to use the word maybe consistent, long lived, even. To learn how to rely on the love that is in, to see how relying on that love is, at least in my narrative, allowing me to receive more love as well. I think there is some glitchiness happening, probably. I'm sorry. I love you, even if I'm pixelated. And what sort of smartest remark am I supposed to make about that? Uh, all the ways love is true. Maybe you can make a smart ass remark about how love is true, right? You can make smart ass remarks. It's like, yeah, I love, I love life so much that I keep living it. Figures. Hey Kristen, it's nice having you. Loizana is here too. Duck that as well, saying kiddo about to start her first week of all day school and she's sick. Taking a deep breath and releasing it with you, bro. That is pretty rough. No cooking for Duck Dad this week. No, I think Duck Dad's gonna cook extra because she's gonna be home all week. Right? Right? Just stopping by and sending love. Hope you're living the dream. I truly am, Connor. You'll see, bro. Like the fact that you use that exact words. This weekend has been dreamlike. Like if I had to dream up a weekend for myself, this weekend was one of those. And it really, it established some truth in me that I don't know that I was ready to accept actually. Right? The fact that I don't actually need much to have a good time at these festivals. Right? And in fact, the fact that I don't need much now brings me a lot of comfort in going to them. I will also be applying a little bit more enthusiasm to my art, I think. And then come with a sticker as well. But maybe I should. I'll do it. It's not the actual device itself. That's the only reason I'm willing to do it. It's the cover for the device. I can also place a sticker. Nice. It's kind of satisfying. I do like that. Suddenly I become a sticker hoarder too. Good to hear, brother. Love is true. Yeah. Yeah, Connor. It's nice to hear you say those words. Let me hit this Dynavo app and then consider more all the ways in which love is true. Krellen Dickerson. Good morning from Texas, Melty. I hope you're doing swell, mate. I don't think I recognize your name, but good morning to you, friend. I am doing well. Hope that your day is going to treat you well too. Today's stream topic is about all the ways in which love is true. Would you like to share an account of yours? How has love been true in your experiences of late? The more I think about this weekend, the more things I'm being shown. I did start telling the story, but I'll continue. One of the other experiences that really stood out with me was one. It was like a dual, like a combo experience. The first experience was one with David. You've met David. David has been on the live stream before. Darker skin, curly hair. I don't know if that rings any bells. And we had some conversations, and he asked me about my life, and he asked me about my goals right now. And I communicated to him this want to be a little bit more financially stable and abundant in my life. And he kind of, almost like a friend, laughs with me about this thing, right? Like, oh yeah, I want more abundance in my life. And he goes, ah, don't we all? Kind of, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's an appropriate way to feel about it. And the conversation ends, and I keep moving throughout the festival, and I meet another friend, Gideon. And Gideon is a very successful guy as well. And I tell him about my work, and I tell him about my art, and I tell him about my aspirations, but I don't tell him about any of the financial side of things. And then it almost happens like spontaneously or synchronously, maybe is the better word, that he starts talking to me about business and about the way I'm supposed to see my business and the way I'm supposed to respect my own work in creating things and how I'm supposed to market myself like in a way that actually will create value for a client. And he intended is still intending to become one of my clients to make him a custom piece, a big, like as big as I can manage, custom piece where I'm going to take a photo of him, his daughter, and his wife to make a piece. And I did tell you friends about this yesterday. But after that exchange, towards, then feeling like there's no conclusion, then the universe giving me a answer to this question that I'm asking, and then almost after I receive that answer and properly absorb it and accept it as a wisdom that I need to apply to my life, like things started happening. Right? Yesterday's stream topic was about receiving, and it was after that conversation that receiving became such a big thing. I ended up selling 36 stickers yesterday. I washed the car. Well, I should say I paid for the car to be washed by selling stickers. Right? That feels like a kind of magic to me. It feels like a kind of magic, and I wasn't ready to feel loved necessarily in that way this weekend. I kind of thought it would be just me displaying my work and people doing as they do and being like, nice, and then keep walking. And then for people to actually love them enough to want to keep them. Goodness. Talking about loving someone enough to want to keep them. Hey, Jovan. It's nice to see you. What Miao said. Howdy, friends. I'm going to read your message soon. Scrolling, scrolling. Good morning. Good morning again, friend. Fit Demon saying, sup, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'll join you in a vape now. Thank you, bro. I'm feeling good. Feeling so present for this moment. Stickers? I'm at a sign shop. We make stickers too. How cool. What are the odds that we connected in that way? This is your first time tuning in? I'm gonna go and get some of my stickers. If you be patient, I'll show you. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Just swinging by. Ooh, stickers. I love stickers. And I love you. It's nice seeing you here, Zano. Sending your blessings. Right? They're so cool. Thank you, friend. Yeah, I make them myself. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you what they look like when they're digital. I show you. Yeah. They're super crispy as well. When I say crispy, I mean like high resolution. Those are amazing. Thank you, Zano. People did tell me so as well this weekend. Maybe I should start believing them. Yes. Yes, love is true. Love is true. I want to show you more. This is also one of my other favorites. Like I really like the way this one turned out in sticker form. The process of going from digital to physical is amazing to understand and appreciate, right? I don't know if you have these machines as well that have like this white film and then it literally deposits the sticker layer by layer. That's where it's, the cutout kind of like thingy. The bag that it's in like reduces clarity and then it has a film over top of it again that also reduces clarity. So when you put it on and remove that film, it looks pretty crispy. And then those pieces start by looking like this. That was yesterday's piece. And then I go with like a photoshopping software and I go until I feel comfortable with how it looks. This is the entity that I had staring me down yesterday. This entity, and then there's one here in this corner as well that looks like he's going like. All right, I'm gonna go back to chat. Thank you for letting me share my work with you, friends. Zoom, zoom, zoom. From the Arpan days, I see you, Mel, and Bante. Also, it's live on YouTube. I have Bante subscribed on YouTube as well. He's also like live year of your streaming every day. Wait a second. I think I missed some. The Bante thing. Okay, bless the community, interested individuals. This is the way. I mean, we have to be, bro. Like, if there were no community-oriented individuals, there would be no communities, right? That would be a damn shame. Stickers, sign shop. Okay. Carlin says, it's not my first time. It was maybe in your earlier days, still in the first year of your streaming every day, I found you on Reddit Live, back in the Arpan days. If Arpan continued, I wouldn't have been able to live the life I'm living right now. Right? So maybe things happen the way it's supposed to. Just swinging by, love again, Zano. So cool, Mel. Very happy for you. Thank you for the love, Kristen. The process of going from digital, yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing, brother. Thank you for being interested. Yeah. All the ways in which love is true. I feel like there was a few moments this weekend as well where I noticed just in the willingness to actually make my work a part of the real world, right? All of my work is digital. And who I am, the thing I am, likes that. But I know that the thing I am is also this. So, and these things like physicality as well, like being able to hold something, right? And the ability to have these things as like a resource and then having this power to be able to give them was also very rewarding this weekend. I don't know if you friends got to see all of it, but at the end of yesterday's live stream, I was getting a massage from a man named Ali. One of those two. His girlfriend's name is Alea. Aloe. Difficult names, but I'm gonna try and remember them, and I'm gonna keep saying them at every Earth Dance. And he gave me a massage. Like last year at Earth Dance, he also gave me a massage. And being able to capture it this time around, instead of just telling you friends about it, was also super meaningful to me. And then he does it for free, right? Like that whole process, you put your name on the list, and everybody that goes there for free. Like it doesn't ask you any money. There's no board up for how much it costs. And I asked him if I can give him some of my work, and I let him pick four, right? And he picks four of my stickers, and I ask him where I can put it for him, and he points at like his little pouch, and I go to his pouch and I put the four stickers in, and then I pick one of my stickers that I like as well, and I put an extra one in there. And being able to do stuff like that, right? Like if I send you my stickers in digital plane, you'll have all of them available to your eyes right there as they are on the screen, and only maybe if you are going into my chat window to see that little sticker. Making something in the physical world and then being able to sneak it into someone's pouch and them like having the opportunity to find it later and then see this little thing, you're like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting to have this, and now here it is. More love is true. And then I did share this yesterday as well, but I'll share it again today because it's so exciting to me. Is this is this thing down here? I was given a gift. Will I have a chance to properly show it as well? It's a big gift. The person who gave it to me is named Gibbon, and his girlfriend's name is Leandri. 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 One of the two. Leandri. Leandri? I'll ask her if I see her again. And then Gibbon is getting, like, after, and I went to go and get the stickers to give to Ali. I had the stickers with me. And then I see Gibbon on the massage bed getting work done, and his girlfriend is sitting next to him watching. And then I wanted to give the stickers to Ali, but I didn't want to interrupt him while he's busy working. So I approach Leandre and I go, Gibbon gave me this gift. I would like to give a gift back. And I show her my stickers and I ask her, which ones do you think he would like? And then you can give them as a gift to him, via me for the gift that he had given me. And like we basically are like sneaky about it. Like we turn our backs to the massage, place so he doesn't see what we're doing, and then she picks out little stickers. So yeah, so many moments of love is true over this weekend that I want to remember them all. Maybe doing it like this, I get to remember those moments too a little bit. It's so easy to forget how special people are. Holy cow, special cactus. This cactus knows things, right? Specifically, it knows how to make something that is apparently a deterrent. To some. To some, maybe. No. No. I mean, there's probably some aloe in there too. But, imagine you're a bug, and then you go, and then you go, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like take about two nodes, right? These, I'm gonna take these two nodes and then I'm gonna go cut this piece off like that. Then I'm gonna replant this whole piece, and it should be able to root again. And maybe I'll get like a little pup to make a new baby, and then the rest of it will be turned into medicine. So yeah, how about that? Love is true. More love is true. The process of love again. Some doors close, other doors open. It's true. I'm trying to get better at the walking through the open doors part of this experience still. And reminding myself that love is true helps. Do you use the magic wand tool to cut them out? You probably had no. I use this piece of software. Sketchbook. Let me show you. Maybe I have a page open. No, this is me making some pixels to manipulate. I'm gonna go new sketch. Yeah, this is fine. Sure, save. Then I go like this, and then go like so. And this is my most recent flower. I do make sure my project file is the exact same pixels as my images. And then I literally take a little brush, and then I go nothing, and then I slowly but surely, it's not gonna reach on my finger because it's on a pen, but slowly but surely paint away the parts that I don't want. And then I'm left with the final product looking a little something like that. These are the ones I haven't shown yet, actually. These you've seen. Yeah. No, you haven't. These are also new, technically. I really like the way these edges turned out. It is like just a pixel by pixel, me scraping away at them to get them that clean. It's the only way. Hard, effort, struggle, must. The only way to get these things done. I would love, I would like so love if an AI could just be like, oh, I get what you're doing. I get it, and then does it for me. But it's not there yet. Like to show you, let me show you, let me show you. If I try and like use one of those like selector tools that cuts out things automatically. I guess not. Let's try this one. I think I'm breaking its brains. Usually you should be able to like select a person. Yeah, you see, you can like carry them around. But no, not with these. And even if you do manage to, yeah, no, no, no. Again, I was saying, even if you do manage to, it sometimes does it so poorly that you might as well not. Let me get this thing refreshed again. Oh, let me see if I can get myself onto all messages. I wonder if that's gonna make a difference too. Just swinging by, cactus. Holy schlag, Sam. I didn't realize you weren't part of the art band days. I just had in mind that you were always here. I also was surprised. The week that art band went away is the week I found this place. It really was a magical space. Was? Joking. Love is true. Our fan was indeed a really special thing. Ooh, thank you, Kristen. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes, doesn't it, Joe? I can't describe the anguish I was in every morning, right around the time before I met y'all. Like my heart knew the space was here before I did. Isn't there a song that has a lyric like that? I'm not trying to make less of what you just said. It's beautiful to me, Sam, but it's making me think of this like, uh, my heart has been breaking for not having you since before even knowing you exist, you know? It's true. I feel that, Sam. Mel, I have to tell you a quick story. At least I'll try to be quick. You don't have to try to be quick. I'll absorb it with all of our friends as it comes. Love is true, dear friend. I also had a phone call with Sharon today. I should tell you this story, right? Since we're on this topic of love is true. And I'll let you give you time to write your story out as well, though, then while I tell mine. Uh, Me and Jovan are gonna spend some time together when she comes through. So the first 2 days she already had a place booked, a hotel somewhere. And then the second 2 days, I basically put forth, like, I wanted to go to a certain place. This place is very nice, right? It's called Acacia Rock. Let me show you. Let me show you what the place looks like. I don't have to describe it. I can show you images. How about that? No. How about that? Let's see if I can just search. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Let me do this first. Nice. And then I go. I hope it's still listed because this story does have. Oh, it's not listed anymore. Okay. I mean, that is to be expected, but still, right? Otherwise, I was gonna show you photos. So I go in knowing you're gonna come. I go and try and find, the best possible place for us, and I find this little paradise called Acacia Rock. Maybe I maybe I do have photos somewhere. I'm gonna search. Oh, I so there it goes. I clicked on the link that I sent, and it goes, "This establishment is permanently unavailable on the Lackerslop site." Right? So I found this place, and I already had it booked, and I was super happy about that. Like, super happy about that because it's so beautiful. I paid the money, and then I get sent this email of them going, "Yo, your order got canceled, and here's a bunch of links to go to somewhere else." And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to go somewhere else. I want to go there. I want to go there because it's nice. I want to go somewhere else." So I go into my order profile, and I go to the owner of the residence, and I see there's a number listed, and I call that number, and up picks a lady called Sharon, and me and Sharon connect, and I have a proper conversation. I tell her about why I wanted to book the place. I tell her about how kind of bummed I am that the place is unavailable. She tells me about how her husband's daughter is moving into that place permanently because she needs the space. And for that reason, they're no longer renting it out on like a slob. And I'm like, oh, gee. And then she tells me, but, and this is where the love is true part of the story comes in, but my house is on the property as well, and I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Cape Town, she tells me. So you are welcome to stay in my house. And so it was established. So I had this phone call again with her today just to make sure the logistics. She sent me the number of the person that's taking care of the property, and now we're going to get to be in a beautiful space in someone's home. And like, after we have the phone call, I connect on WhatsApp, and I send her a selfie, and she sends me a voice note of, "Oh, my darling, I'm so happy that I don't have to hide my crystals and my Buddhas, that I can just leave my house as is." I'm like, "Y'all, please, look at me. I can crystals and Buddhas all day." So yeah, love is true. So much love. Like, it is ridiculous to me. Just to notice and pay attention to how powerful the spoken word is. You can literally change the world just by talking to people. You can change your world, definitely, absolutely, by talking to people. And you can change their world, absolutely, by talking to them. And there is surely our world, the whole world, in between us and them. I Isn't there a song lyric like that? If there is, it was a song by Anne Murray. That's perfect. Okay, here's Louisiana's story. On Friday morning, I watched your live streams of the opening ceremony for your festival. It was a very neo-pagan, witchy spring equinox kind of vibe, which was lovely, exactly, right? On Saturday, I was in charge of leading our group's autumn equinox celebration in the park. I always get a little nervous when I have to lead, so I make sure to plan almost every detail, but still leave some room for spontaneity. At first, it looked like it was just going to be the three of us. But then we got a Facebook message from a woman who was looking for us but was lost in the park. We gave her directions, and eventually she turned up with her mother, her toddler, and her teenage sister. And there, and they were from South Africa! Oh! So I told them about you and the ceremony I had just seen the day before, etc. That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that story, Louisiana. Love is true. How meaningful that must have been for a mother, her child, and her teenage sister to come through to a spring equinox, all the way from South Africa. Like a part of me wants to be like, oh yeah, us South Africans, we're so cultured, look at us spring equinoxing. But I think it's more them. Those specific individuals are just super cool. I don't know if the South African part can take any credit. As soon as we started the circle, a huge gray cloud came over and it started to rain. None of us were expecting rain, but then it started to pour, and they said it didn't faze them, and we could keep going. So we did the entire ritual in the pouring rain. The toddler was in a stroller with a rain shield at least. What a trip, Louisiana. That must have been super special as well, and this is the way that I am absorbing this, and this is like maybe completely hippy dippy. You're crazy for even thinking such a thing, Melt. But this weekend was very cold, Louisiana, like very, very cold. And it was overcast for almost the entirety of it. But it didn't rain. It didn't rain. And there was like a 63% chance of rain or something like that, on the estimates. And it didn't rain on the venue. Like it might rained like small little micro droplets for a little bit, right? Like fine micro droplets for a bit, but it didn't pour. It never did a solid drop onto the ground during that whole weekend. And if it did actually, it would have been not nice. It would have been like it was already like close to uncomfortable at points with the cold. If it was raining, if it was sopping the weekend, people would have been significantly less loving, right? For no fault of their own, for just fault of the cold. So a part of me feels like you almost like took that rain from us, right? Like the pouring for you was like the sacrifice that was being made for there not to be pouring for us. And I thank you, Louisiana. It is also is it spring? Is spring marked by rain? Maybe not so much where you're from, but here in South Africa, spring and summer is our rain areas or rain time periods. Mm, we even had the potluck in the pouring rain. They had brought a beautiful hot spinach and a sago cheese dip and a bunch of little toasts. So good. The funniest part was that my ritual involved pouring water into 5 bowls, representing the 4 directions. And then the goddess spirit, according to an old tradition, just opened a new beverage from the sky, cracks a cloud. I have the sun streaming in through the window. I imagine my palm plant drinking it in. I like thinking about things like that myself, Mama. I wonder if it feels good. It must feel good, right? Because they're literally reaching for it. If you can like watch a time lapse of plants growing inside homes, and there's like a beam of sunlight that passes over them, they're like, "Oh, give me that." Let me get some more of that. Thank you for sharing that image with me, bro. Have I already packed this? I have. Let's add some more heat, and then I'll think about saying goodbye for today. Love is true. Take a sip. Okay. Opened a new beverage and took a sip to show I was not poisoned or whatever. And I had a new unopened bottle of water. After the ceremony, my friend joked that Mother Nature was helping us by filling the bowls too, pouring into them from above. I mean, to think about filling the bowls to overflowing with water, rain, that they had never been drunk before. That is a nice way to see it. Another way to add to that as well is that that rain could have come from all directions of the earth and have collided to fall onto the earth in that exact moment as well. Mm, a little bit spicy. Uh, there is some GC in that evap right now, so it does check out. It is a little bit more of a sour strain. There is some left here. When in Rome, right? And make a click. The women from South Africa were really good sports. They said they brought the rain with them and they loved it. They want to come back for our Halloween thing. That's beautiful. And I believe them. They did bring the rain. I'm trusting that you probably did exchange contact details and then you'll make things happen again. So special to me to know that you're doing these as well and that you welcomed people into your community, Loazana. Thank you so much for sharing that story. Like, that is no small feat. Just seeing the amount of effort. Like I'm looking at all of your messages in chat right now and I'm just seeing love. Thank you for sharing the story with me. The love of a mother to take her child and sister to a ceremony. The love of ceremony to go onto Facebook and search for a space that will facilitate. The love of our earth, of our cycles, for Loazana to show up in that way. The love of this sacred energy, this specialness to actually prepare the way that you did. And now, so much love having been experienced in that exchange that love wants to be experienced again together in the future. Yeah, that's a good story to end today's stream on. I'm thinking about where my cards are. If it takes me too long to find them, I'll be back. But I'll be back. Oh, wow. Didn't take me long at all. Love really is true. Yes. When I got home, I was soaked down to the underwear and so cold, but so happy. That soaked down to the underwear makes me think about Christian now, Loazana, at twilight, when it was also like pouring raining. Like, it was pouring raining, and then it went into like small hail. It was rough. It was rough, rough. And also me and Christian dancing and like also soaked down to the underwear. And we get back to our chalet. And at least we had a chalet that weekend, thank goodness. And Christian drops this line of, I have been deep, deep under the water in the ocean. And I have never been as wet as I am right now. Just with the freaking like, I think it's because of the cold and the like hail and the slosh in the wind. Like it was such an experience. But also I was also so happy. So I feel you completely, Loizana. I really do. Thank you for sharing that moment with us. Loizana, I so super enjoyed reading this. All in your voice. I did it in mine too. Like I can also hear Ale's voice at this point. What a wonderful time. Thank you, Jean, for echoing that sentiment as well. This deck of cards was owned by someone else at this festival I was at this weekend. Uh, I, I don't know if you friends remember, but the last card we pulled from this deck was that protection card. And then I bought a little ceremony in a bag, it's called, that has two pieces of uh, pure, authentic, I think Peruvian cacao. It's very powerful. Like it's like you're eating dirt, but the dirt has something to tell you, and you, if you're open to it, might learn something. That's kind of what it's like, you know. And I sounds like a bad description, but if I gave you a better description, you would still be caught off guard by eating it. And with it, there was a piece of Palo Santo and also a card. It is a printed version, so not the actual ones. But the card that was in that little bag was the protection card, the literal freaking card I pulled from this deck last, and it took me completely off guard. Oh, all right. Love is true. Thank you again, LA, for sharing that story with us. Project with your mind's eye what you want to see in this deck today. It is an oracle deck, so it's supposed to either tell us the future or make us feel okay about the future of where we are right now. One. Two came. And two came. And one stayed. And none was left. And more was considered. Why? Why? Because I can. Because I can. And because this feels like the right message to me. It's mystery. It's sacrilege. Yeah, I'm not supposed. Like the autist in me is like, how dare you? How dare you? You can pick only one card, and that card needs to be unequivocally red. That's actually how it works. Like actually, I can do what I want to. Actually, and this is the card we ended up pulling. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? My soul has been calling me to love. Like louder and louder and louder and louder still. Our souls are calling us to love. That really is the only thing of worth doing in this life. Right? Sure, earn money, survive. But do not sacrifice love in the process. Friends, family, these things are invaluable. Love in a moment is invaluable. This line, never sacrifice the things you don't need for the things you do. And you need love. You need it. Oh, you do. And you don't really need food as much as you think you do. Right? And this is me being a little bit cheeky, and I do not know your fat percentage storages, right? I am a little bit on the chubbier side, so I get too fast and be okay. But I honestly do, if every person on planet Earth could get to a point in their own journeys, answer the call to do a 1 day fast, just 1 day of eating no calories and showing themselves that they're not going to drop dead, I think that could be good for us as well. I don't know why I'm going down that rabbit hole. Why? One of the things that I've had to answer the call to. And on the other side, when you do finish your fast, eat properly as well, which is what my soul is also calling me to do biodegradable broccoli bits. I have broccoli and cauliflower in the fridge that I'm gonna cook for myself tonight, bro. Uh, I'm super stoked about that actually. My soul calls me to compost. Ah, good, good. Creating living soil in doing so. I'm so love again. Let me read this card's meaning. Answer the call. Answer the call. 36. You are divinely guided. You are being called to answer the call of your soul. It might be scary, it might not make sense, but if you trust your soul's yearnings, you will live a life beyond what your mind could possibly even imagine. This feels so synchronous with today's stream topic. You will live a life beyond what your mind is even. You will live a life beyond what your mind could possibly imagine. Answering your soul's calling is not a one-time thing, but rather a lifelong dance. Deep down, you already know what you long for, what your soul yearns for. Whatever you are called to do, that is your calling. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for permission. Just say yes. Most people are waiting for a step-by-step plan before they take the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. It takes faith and courage to answer the call of your soul. And that's why most people don't do it. But you are not most people. Quite literally, right? If you were most people, there would be billions of us here right now. But there happens to be just 5 plus me, 6. You right now, here in the future, there are not many of us being called to answer the call. You don't need to know the whole plan. You are exactly in the right place to answer your calling now. You don't even need to know where it's leading. You just need to take the next step. No one has ever had the complete, perfect plan. There is no end destination. There is no right or wrong to do, and you do not need permission from anyone else. Sometimes, the more resistance we have around answering a soul calling, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Donkey is feeling stoked as well alongside us. What a card. This one shook me. Goodness. While I was reading this as well, the way I at first, like I was like, my soul is being called to love, and that remains true. But as I was reading the card and really absorbing the meaning, the thing I was really being called to do is take my art more seriously, which feels right. Feels like it is something I'm supposed to do more seriously. So now it's just a matter of finding the resources to. I'm gonna see if I can. You know what? That could be the way to. I'll make my first custom piece, and then that custom piece could potentially bankroll a bunch of prints, and then yeah. This is the way. Lausanne, that was a beautiful story. I wish I could have seen the ceremony. Me too. That's also what I was thinking. I was like, why isn't Lausanne live streaming these ceremonies and stuff? Maybe one day. Maybe some of these days. I can testify to the truth, and it's about life going beyond into our grace, subtle graces. Let's go. Thank you, friends, for joining me for today's stream. It's always a dear pleasure sharing these moments with you. I'm looking forward to the next time already, tomorrow, and then it's Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I'm gonna be in an airport. Love is true. I love you. I'll see you friends again